Hello, I'm Debs. This is Debs Made This, and you're very welcome. And here I have for you today the second part of my Memades Away series, which has been on the cards for quite a long time. Sorry, but this is Memades Away Croatia edition. So last year, the husband and I had been married for 20 years, and so this year we decided to celebrate by having a week away, just me and him, for the first time in about 18 years. That's a fib. About 12 years ago, we went to Dublin for a weekend, but that's kind of the sum total of our time away without the children. So we decided that we would go somewhere. The husband asked what I'd like, and I'd said, I want something where I don't have to think about what we're eating, and I want to be able to get in the sea. And that was his brief, bless him. And so we went in September to the peninsula just beyond Dubrovnik. Now, it's quite a long time since we went anywhere warm, and it's even longer since I stayed in a 5-star hotel. So my brief for the packing was a little bit different than my usual. I will include if I can find it, my Peru video. So that's the last time I went anywhere warm. I had 10 kilos to pack, and I had to include things that I could do painting and decorating in. So that was kind of a different challenge. And when I was kind of getting ready to record the vlog, instead of kind of going through each item, what I wanted to do is kind of try and summarize the way that I packed for this, in case there was anything that was helpful to anybody else who was doing something similar. So I hope that's okay. Don't be afraid to jump in and give me some feedback. And if you want any more information about any of the items that I show you, you'll probably find it on the channel, but if not, just ask me. I'm not going to kind of go into the nuts and bolts of the patterns and things, because like I say, most of them have got Friday Sews or Makes videos associated with them. So we're going with third time lucky. I've had sound issues on the first 2 goes of recording this. So I started, instead of starting with kind of the basics of what I needed to take with me, I started with the hero pieces. So these are the pieces in your wardrobe that you can wear anywhere. You put them on and you feel like you feel fantastic. You know they fit you, and you know that you can wear them to breakfast, to brunch, to the beach, to an evening meal, to watching the sunset over the bay. I shall be punctuating this with pictures from various places from our holiday while we're going. So if you want to just look at those and not listen to me talk, that's also fun. So I'm going to give you a chance to guess, pause the video and guess in the comment section what my hero pieces for this trip might be based on your previous watching. And if you're new here, then you can just carry on going. If you are new here, thank you very much for popping along. Please don't be afraid to do a like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just boosts the channel because I'm a little tiny channel. But I like to talk about the things that I make and how I work out wearing them. My first hero piece is, yes, you've guessed it, the Tamala jumpsuit. So this is a Sew House 7 knit pattern, which I made this year. This has been worn loads, like an actual ton. It's good because it is sleeveless, it has enormous pockets, it has swooshy legs. And what I knew that if I put it on with my floppy hat and my pumps, that I'm sorted for a day out sightseeing. If it's too hot, I can layer it with my linen shirt. And then in the evening, if I put my hair up, put something sparkly around my neck, and then put my heels on, then we're all set. So you get the idea. So that's a hero piece. Now I'm going to put these past you because otherwise I get very overwhelmed. As I say, this is the 3rd time we've recorded this, so we should be getting more slick, not making any promises. The second hero piece is the Sew House 7, again, Sobe sundress. So this is, again, a make from this year. I apologise for the crumpled. These have been in a box for the last month, waiting for me to record this video. I did iron them before I put them in the box. But there you go. This, again, is a piece that fits well. It is sleeveless. It has pockets and can be dressed up or down. I'll put a picture of us sightseeing the first day when I wore this. And again, it's a beautiful pattern to wear in a hot climate because it doesn't hardly touches the body, and where it does touch the body, it fits very well. And my third hero piece is the Nina Lee Carmel jumpsuit, which again is a really good transition. It can work for all kind of environments, depending on what you dress it up with. And I love it. And you can see I've already got a common kind of theme of colour going on, which really helps when you're trying to get garments to work well. So then what I did was to think about how I needed to style those in different ways to do different things. So that if we were sightseeing, going to be on the feet, then I would either have my pumps, Clark's leather high top trainers, or my cork bed sandals, which are a hotter sandal. They were on special offer. I think they were about £30 English. So I was very pleased with those. The dog ate my Birkenstocks, if you didn't catch that episode. And then my third pair of shoes were my dressy shoes. So these are really lightweight, but they're wedges. They're very easy to walk in, and obviously they're navy and kind of an ivory colour. So they go with nearly everything in my wardrobe. I also took, because I'm very fair, I need to take a hat and a bag, and I had a crossbody bag as well. So the other thing I tried on with the shoes and the outfit, so those three key pieces, I tried with different jewellery, I tried with different layers and different accessories, so that I knew that I'd tried those and I wasn't taking like a massive raft of things. I took, I think, two necklaces and quite a lot of different earrings and one thick bangle. So you've done your hero pieces, you've done your shoes and accessories, and next we want some brilliant basics. So we need the things that we know we're going to need to wear and that we're going to wear every day. So in this case, because we were doing hotel with swim, so with a pool and with the seaside, I took the Edgewater Avenue Frankie and the Helen's Closet Sunstar in Liberty print as my swimming costumes. I took t-shirts. Now, I didn't have time to make a white t-shirt, so I bought 2 white t-shirts, and it took me ages. There was loads of polyester-based t-shirts, which I wasn't keen on, so I ended up buying this one and then one in the sale from Marks and Spencer's. I took Zoe tanks. I took 2 of those, but I only wore one, and we'll get to that in a little minute. I took chalk and notch Tess because it's got a shoulder in it, and I tend to burn on my shoulders. And the Closet Core Crew Travertine, what's that called? A vest. I also took a borrowed pair of shorts. So this is my next point to come to is, do not be afraid to borrow things if they're things you don't have in your wardrobe. Why, for goodness sake, I don't have a pair of soft navy shorts? I'm not sure. I did mean to get to making a pair of chanterelles in like a double gauze or something, and I just didn't get to it. And then my daughter pointed out that she had a pair of these and I could just borrow those, so that's what I did. So you've got those brilliant basics, and next you're going to think about the layers that will go over the top of your brilliant basics. And so I knew that I needed, as always, the I Am Hermes, third time's a charm, the I Am Hermes linen shirt, which is flung on at any opportunity where I think the sun is too warm for me, because I am, after all, a little ginger-haired girl. I have my Nanny Eero Jenna shirt by Closet Core. And I also took, how could I not, my Dip in the Lake. Now, this ended up being worn over my cosy, but also over shirt and a vest to kind of wander around in. It's just such a lovely print. So this pattern is the Common Stitch robe, which was free from Peppermint Magazine and now is Pay What You Able, I think. I sometimes just tie the belt behind so that it just adds a little bit of shaping, and sometimes I take the belt off entirely. But I love this. I love it. I love it. And the other layer that I took, I threw in at the last minute, and that was my other Tamalo, mostly because I thought if I stick this on over my cosy, I can go and have lunch or go and sit on the beach, or we can go for a wander. And so, yes, that was really useful as well. So they were my layering pieces. End up wearing my denim jacket as well to the airport because it was chilly when I was going. So that came with me as well, but I didn't wear that while we were away. And by that, I mean, if you've got, so oftentimes on holiday, we can wear things that are like a little bit more, can't we? A little bit shiny or sparkly or brighter or just, you know, just lovely. And so don't be afraid to do that. So in that category, I have put this Saturday set. Now, this also could work as a hero piece because it is kind of multi-wearable and is in separates. I think probably having it as a co-ord is probably what makes it a bit extra for me. It's beautiful fabric. I love this, and I love layering the shirt over trousers and a tank, which was the other way that I wore this. So you will have equivalent pieces in your wardrobe, or things that, you know, just really, really make you smile. You can see how well that goes with my chanterelle pants, which of course had to come with me. So this is what I travel in. I travelled in the chanterelle pants, and I've probably put a twirl of that in already, and I don't think that's probably a surprise to anybody. They're the best trousers in the world ever. Officially, I say so. But your best trousers in the world are ever down below. Then we come to my fails, and my fails were mostly around kind of fit and temperature. So the main fail that I had was unexpectedly the closet core Claire. Now I made these, I'm sure there's a Friday sales about these somewhere. I made these too small, then tried to adjust them, and they do fit me, but actually they're quite snug. And so as soon as I got hot, I didn't want to wear them. The same applies to the Zoe tanks that I took that had got a tight shelf bra on them. And I love the Zoe tank. I've got lots of them. That and the Wyland tank by LB Textiles are my favourite. Most of them have got shelf bras in, but this one was too snug. And the same for this. So I did take dresses, only a couple. This was one of them, and actually I didn't end up wearing this because the days I put this on, I didn't like how the elastic felt around my upper arm when I was hot. Which is quite interesting because when I was of a normal temperature in the UK, it didn't bother me at all. And the same with this, which is I've forgotten now, an itch to stitch Coatia, I think, top, which is a really, really cute pattern. And neither of them are tight. I just didn't like the feel of the elastic when I was warm. Now I took my Lazo jumpsuit, which nearly ended up being a fail. Now I did wear this 2 days, I think, but actually the fabric was a bit warm. If this had been made in a lightweight linen, it would have been perfect. Or if I'd have chopped this off and made it into the shorts version, it would have worked really well as well. But it was just a little bit heavy for the temperatures that we had. There wasn't a gap at the back. So if I'd have got my eucalypt jumpsuit made by Deer and Doe, that would have been fine because that's got that kind of built-in airing at the back. And the last one was one that I probably didn't need to take. This is my closet core mica, and again it was taken because it was sleeveless and a dress. And I did think that actually the dresses did work better in that higher temperature than an all-in-one jumpsuit because of the amount of airflow. So actually I think having another linen dress probably would have been the way forward. Hopefully while I've been speaking, I'll have been putting up some things that we did while we were there. So as I say, it was very low-key. We didn't do a lot while we were there, but we did get the bus into Dubrovnik several days. We went and walked the walls on a day when there ended up being a massive storm. So that was only on the cards after we arrived. We do have this effect when we travel in Europe. I should try and let you know when we're traveling in Europe again. But the Brady's often end up with inclement weather. Massive understatement when we travel, which is why we stopped going abroad. But we did a boat trip and went to the blue caves and the green caves, so we were snorkeling and chasing fish. We also went up the cable car to the top of the outcrop above the fortified city of Dubrovnik, which was really beautiful, and we saw some of the most stunning sunsets. So I would hugely recommend Dubrovnik as a location, particularly if you stay out with the city, as we did. And the buses are really good. Actually, people drive in a really calm way compared to some of the other places in Europe that we've stayed. And we had a really good time, and I'd certainly go back, and we might end up going somewhere not quite so fancy, but I think we'll definitely go back again. So I hope that's been helpful. So we've got some key tips for how to pack for something different. And obviously you need to be thinking about the weather where you're going and the activities that you're going to be undertaking, because that's going to shape whether what you pack is helpful. on the other two, I said at the start, and I've forgotten to say at the start, we had a luggage allowance of 22 kilos, of which I only used 16 kilos, and I probably could have get away with less than 15, really. You kind of feel like you've got to use all that, but actually I don't think you do. And sometimes taking more stuff can make it feel more overwhelming than if you kind of pack more minimally, especially when it's only going to be a week. The only things in addition to what you see here were my trainers, my running kit and my running bra, because I did 2 Coatia to Carry 5k runs in the gym whilst we were away. So yeah, I'll polish my halo later. So I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching and liking if you've liked, and I shall see you again soon. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you find in time to rest and replenish and do some making if that's something that brings you joy, and I shall be along soon with another video. Okay, bye bye for now. God bless.